Hey guys, so we are going to go over two-step linear equations with decimals. So our first example is 2.6x plus 4.8 equals 25.6. So our first goal is always our goal when we're dealing with equations is to isolate the variable. So we're going to box the variable and we're going to draw a wall. Okay, just like we did previously. And we need to start moving things over. Okay, we need to start moving our numbers over so that our x can become isolated, because that's the ultimate goal of x, is to be by itself. So what are we going to move over first? Well, we have a 4.8 here kind of on its own, and then we have a 2.6 really glued to that x, being multiplied to that x. So which one do you think is the easiest or most willing to move over? I hope you said this 4.8, right? Because 2.6, boy, it's really stuck to that x, right? So we're going to move this 4.8 first. And the way we're going to move it is we're going to take the inverse operation of positive 4.8. So the inverse operation of positive 4.8 is negative 4.8. Okay, so we're going to actually subtract 4.8 on both sides. And this is where you have to be mindful of the rules, right? So I have two decimals here being subtracted. I want to make sure I line them up, okay? Which I did. So these end up canceling out, becoming 0. So I have 25.6 minus 4.8. Okay, now let's subtract. So we have, I can't take 8 from 6, correct? So I'm going to have to borrow from this 5, 1. So this is going to become a 16. And this is going to become a 4. I'm going to bring that decimal down. So 16 minus 8 is 8. 4 minus 4 is 0, and then 2. So it's become 20.8. And then I still have, and I'm just going to rewrite it here so I have more room. I still have that 2.6 times x. And we still need to get rid of that 2.6 now. X is still not isolated. So what do I need to do? Well, this says 2.6 times x. Remember when you have a number kind of glued to a variable, it's being multiplied? So what's the inverse operation of 2.6 times x? Well, the inverse operation is division. So I want to divide by 2.6. And fraction bar means division. So I'm going to divide on both sides by 2.6. So these end up actually 2.6 divided by 2.6 is 1, right? And every variable has a 1 being multiplied by it, right? So anything times 1 is itself, so x is okay with 1. 1 times x is just x. So now we have x equals 20.8 divided by 2.6. So we have a division problem here. Okay, so we need to divide it out. So let's do that. All right, so you remember we cannot have a decimal in our divisor. So we're going to move it over one spot. And we're going to move this over one spot. So really it's going to turn into 26 into 208. And if you look at your multiplication table, I believe it goes in perfectly 8 times. Let's see, 26 times 8. 26 times 8 times 6, 48. 8 times 2, 16, plus 4, 208. Perfect. So 26 times 8 is 208. Nothing left over. So our answer is x equals 8. Okay, so we did a little bit of, we did some addition, we did some subtraction here, we did some division, right? And we got our answer, which was x equals 8. So we kind of combined all things. So hopefully that made sense to you guys. We're going to do more practice with this in class. But these, all of the questions